When a game I enjoy fails, I get very disappointed because more than not, that game had so much potential to be really, really good. Spellblazer is that kind of game to me. When I was, younger, I played Spellblazer and I loved it. Nowadays, going back to it, I see its flaws, and I'm saddened. Spellblazer is a match 3 type RPG of sorts. It has elements in it. It has potential in it. But it has some flaws as well, which make this game mediocre at best. Is this a bad thing? No, because people can learn from this. Kind of like how Muzak Box existed. This is like that. This game runs fine, though. Comparing it to Muzak Box is not a proper thing, but the fact that it has potential and things in it that could be used for other things is why I'm making this video. So hopefully you see this, play it, understand it, and then cannibalize it for something else. Because some of these things are worth cannibalizing. First, let's start with what this game is and why it has positives, and more importantly, what the positives are. This game, boiled down, is a match 3 battle RPG of sorts. You are a character, and your task, or storyline, because this does have a story, we'll get to the negatives later, your goal is to get from your home, which is off in a corner somewhere, and get to the capital of where magic is, there's a magic school, basically, and it's your job to get there and be trained because you want to be a famous magician and whatnot. That's fine. Now, in doing so, you will have to go to cities and towns through roads. And this is where things are good. For you see, traveling between cities and towns gives you random encounters. Those random encounters are the match 3 battle type match 3 games. All sounds good so far. Once you get to the glowing little city there, that's not the capital. The capital is like 3 maps away. It takes a while to get there. Negatives later. Once we got to this capital, which I have gotten to, you are given a quest. That quest is to go through all of the paths and just scout them out, go through them all, fight everything, and make sure they're all safe. Once you complete this quest, you get a new spell. Your spells are your tiles. All sounding good still. This is a really nice idea. We have questing, which gives us new abilities, and generally makes us better as a character and better throughout the game. These are good positives. Negatives are a little bit more game mechanic-y than they should be. So, while you are traveling, you get random encounters. Right now, I'm just going to show you some random encounters and patrol. That's the word. We are going to patrol this road. That is my quest. If I patrol this road, kill this thing, we encountered a skeleton that is undead. Obviously. If I kill that, this road turns green, which means it is safe. Which means, when you go travel through it, you do not need to worry about random encounters, so on and so forth, which is good. Red ones means there's some really bad shit. Yellow is caution, green is fine, which is good, alright? We're still in the good area, actually. We're not going to get into the bad stuff for another couple seconds. So we run into an undead skeleton. Its resistant is ice, and its weakness is fire. So, we can either flee or fight. Flee takes us back to the last town we stayed in. Fight is fight. Now, again, here's a positive. We get to choose the tiles we play with. And because the skeleton said it was weak to fire, we're going to take Fireball. It was strong against... I don't remember what it was strong against. I think it was lightning, so we're just going to put ice in there for good measure. I could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong. And we're also going to take healing. So, all well and good. Now is when we get into the bad part of this game. More importantly, the frustrating part. So, in all match 3s, we match 3. We have fire, ice, and healing. Healing, of course, heals you. I don't need to do that yet. Fire and ice are attacks. You match those. You attack your opponent. Right now, we have no attack or... no attack of ours that is necessary. So we can match our opponent's tiles in order to get a defensive bonus to whenever they use that. And when they do use that, the defense goes away, but we take considerably less damage. The game is played. But this is tedious. Because these match 3 games take a really long time to do. Now, normally, it should be bip, bam, boom, through and through, we're good. But I'm running into problems, like right now, where none of my tiles are close to each other and matching up. And all of his tiles are also the same thing. We can, if we so desire, take a tile and move it someplace else, but that is your turn. His turn goes. I can then use my Fireball. It is strong against him. That takes out a whole bunch of his health, which is good. His turn goes up. My turn is now. And, I can use Ice. Ice is fine. Okay, must have been Lightning then. He just picked up a critical. Criticals, the slash marks, are for anyone to use. I'm also going to take a critical, because the next attack I do will do more damage. Critical also, if you get it, wipes the opponent's defense, because they can also match your tiles to gain a bonus to defense. So if you have, if they're, blocking you, you can hit a critical, and then those defenses go away the next attack you do. It's well put together. This game is very well put together, but the gameplay flaws of the matching 3 can sometimes take a bit longer than it should. Your tiles aren't where you want them to be, and normally, match 3 games are good. There's another problem with the match 3 system that isn't apparent here, but it can be later if I go into another battle. Hopefully we do get to go into another battle. See, he didn't have a turn either, so he had to just move something and nothing happened. I have to do the same thing, which sucks. This is slow, this is tedious, this doesn't feel good. And the game is actually kind of long. So you pair a long game with tedious gameplay that takes a long time. It's not fun. It's not fun, and that's the big problem we have here. And not dead, but close enough. Good, we have one more attack that we can do, and dead. Okay, skeleton's dead, road's been cleared, we get some gold, yay. Here's a mechanic that's, give or take, good or bad. When you traverse a road, your character gets exhausted. And you can actually tell via the, image window of his character if he's, up and ready for the job or, exhausted. And to not be exhausted, you have to rest every time you go to a city. Luckily, that's fine, because every time you fight something, you get enough gold to rest the city. Almost to the point of, what's the point of this system? Again, tedious is a word. Let's go to this city over here. Do you want to patrol this road? Yes, I would love to patrol this road. We have to fight a wolf. Its weakness is fire, and its resistance is ice. Alright. So, weakness fire. Throw on the electricity for good measure, because that's neutral. And healing goes up. Do we have the problem with this one? Kind of. Okay. So, the other problem I have, at least I have with this game, I don't know if this is a problem for many other people, but in some cases, when you are playing this game, the match 3 board gets very hard to read. Almost to a point where the colors are so similar for both you and the opponent that you can't tell them apart without, getting close to the screen and squinting. This is very apparent when you get into later levels, and 90% of the tiles are blue or red. It's hard to distinguish the two. Right here, I can't see tiles to play as. What is this? Reap? That's probably a heal for him. No, it's not. Right. My turn now. What do? I can heal. That's really what I should do. This game has potential. It looks good, by the way. The presentation of this game is terrific. The embossing of these 2 dragon health bars, as it would be. The pictures, the artwork is really nice. It just needed a little bit more difference of colors for, your attacks and stuff. Difference in, I don't know, some of the gameplay mechanics of speed. There's tedium to this game that can be annoying, but there is good qualities to it as well. If you're interested in this game, and I highly suggest you play this, even though it does have problems, play it. The link to this will be in the description below, because I'm just going to move that there so I have potential. Oh, damn, I missed the one up there. I was stupid on that. Alright, well, this will hopefully open up the board a little bit more. Ooh, good. He's almost dead. Hopefully if you play this through. Because even though this is a long game, it does have... I do want to say it does have progression, because... Oh, I can't rest. I don't have enough gold. My character's not going to be too well. This game does have progression, and it does have interesting qualities toward the end of the game. I'm not going to spoil anything for that, because if you are really interested, and you do want to play this game, I don't want to spoil that for you. The end third of this game, because there's, it's a third-part game. This is the first part of the game, there's a second part, and there's a third part. In the third part of the game, there is some different mechanics that pop up that are interesting, and kind of hinted at a sequel to this game, which when I was a kid, I was very disappointed that there was no sequel, because I love this. Now, I understand why there was not a sequel to this game. But, for what there is here, there is stuff. And if you're really wanting to pick apart this game, you should. So, again, link in the description. My name's Ben Dark Arts, and hopefully this can be used for some good. Even though it's not good, it's still good if you understand it. Hopefully you do.